I'm so happy we're doing that.
Are you?
Okay, so find your seat for meditation. Walk slightly forward back, find your neck, release the shoulders. Closing the eyes, hands outside your hips. When you're ready, breathe in, begin. Coming in, charge nails. Take a deep breath in. Separate the hands from each other. Inhale. Exhale down to the thighs. Relax the shoulders. Slide your hands back to the hips. Breathe down as you reconnect and lengthen your spine. Chin coming downward, not touching the physical body. Eyes slowly opening. Time. Okay, so you need 2 blocks and a pair of socks or 2 eye pillows if you have any of those. So tonight is Chandra Namaskar, moon salutes we're going to be practicing. And some of them are very involved. You could say it that way. So when we finish a moon salute, we're going to chant Om Chandraya Namaha for the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. We're going to do it 9 times after each salute that's done. Okay? So we're going to come up standing and we're going to do the kundalini kicks to get the energy rising in your body. So come on up. Remember last time I hit this? I'll do that again. Okay, so stand with your left foot facing on the right corner of your mat and your right leg back. Then you'll stretch the arms up. And we're going to be kicking the right leg forward and reaching outside the right hip as we say ha. So inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, chop it down. Ha! 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 One more. Ha! Always invigorating. Let's do the other side. Now right foot is on the left corner, left foot is back. If I said that right. Ready? Sweep the arms up. Breathe in. Chop her down. Ha! 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 2 more. Ha! Ha! Woo! And find your way. So we're just going to do some hula hoops, what I call them Y girls. Step your feet apart. And we're going to start with the hands on the hips, circling to the right. Let's get ourselves a little bit happy. I imagine the air is going to be on most of the night. Now, once you get the hands going to the right, bring the arms up, and the arms go to the left as the hips go to the right. Getting that brain ready for what we're going to do. Okay, pause. Swing the hips to the left. Around go your hula hoop to the left. Get it going. Once it's going, then your arms go to the right. Everything comes from your pelvis. There's lots of that. And pause. Try your brain. Bring it down. Okay. With the feet a little bit wider, but not to the mat width. We're going to take the hands into Jupiter notch. So interlace all the fingers, but extend the index fingers and cross the thumb one on top of the other. Doesn't matter which one's on top. Okay, so there's no Kapala body here. It's just smooth, regular breathing. Flexion, extension. So inhale, we come up. Eyes stay open. Exhale, we come down. And in these, variation for the neck is to look straight ahead. You need support for your back. Rest the elbows on the thumbs. Inhale, we're just following the breath. Exhale, we're going down. Yep. We're going to do 3 more like this. Okay, once more through it, you'll end with your flexion. Now, when you come up, keep the mudra with your hands. And then all we're going to do is change the first 3 fingers, the thread, so it feels weird. So that means it's weird, you got it. So now Nitabhasana. We breathe in, exhale over to the right. Inhale back to the center. Exhale to the left. Make sure there's no twisting, keeping the navel centered. If it's a little tiresome for your shoulders, you can bend the elbows and place the mudra on top of your head, or you could eliminate it and place the hands, fingertips to the shoulders, okay? do 3 more either side. Firmly rooting your feet to the earth. Okay, and last one, finish it off on your left side. And then you'll release the mudra down to the heart. Okay? So the first salute that I'm going to teach is the classical moon salute. So I'll just quickly demo for it if you haven't done it before. So I'll be in the middle of my mat. My arms are going to come up into Namaste. Do a side bend to the right, side bend to the left. I can hop out if I want to hop. I can also step out into goddess pose. Okay? From goddess pose, the hands are going to come down. I'm going to lengthen up. Turn my front foot forward, bend my front knee, line myself up. Virabhadrasana 2. For Virabhadrasana 2, I'm going to place the hand on the thigh, getting ready for my way of coming into Trikonasana, or down the elbow. Then from there, we're going to stretch this arm up into my triangle pose. I can look up, straight ahead or down. From triangle pose, we have to come up, pivot and turn the face of front mat for chest to leg extension. From chest to leg extension into lunge pose. From lunge pose, we're going to turn to the side into one leg squat. And you can go lower if you want, or stay up higher depending on the knees. Now, if this bothers your knees, and the lateral movement isn't so great, just stay in intense forward stretch, hold it there instead of adding movement. Okay, then we'll lunge, squat to this side, lunge. So you'll be facing the other end of your mat. That's why I said to have your mat away from the wall. Into chest to leg, walking up. Positioning ourselves, just like we would do the normal way set up for Trikonasana. From Trikonasana up to Virabhadrasana 2. No hopping when you return. Back to goddess. Now you can hop if you want here. I'm going to step up into Anjali Mudra. Left, right, heart center, and chant Om Chandraya Namaha 9 times. That was relatively fast, I know, but I'll talk you through. Okay, we ready? Center of the mat. Tadasana mode, mountain. Yeah. All right. Bring the hands into Namaskar mudra. Inhale, float the arms over your head. Exhale, side bend to the right and Uttanasana. Inhale back to center, keep your feet firm. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center, then exhale, step out into goddess. So basically this is Urbasana thigh pose, so get your thighs set. The elbows are tucked in the side, but we're not pushing the elbows forward or the belly forward. So you want to sit down and feel the quadriceps. Awesome. And just be a little queen for a little bit. Queen bee. All right. Now from here, we're going to inhale, let the hands come to the hips, and exhale, just lengthen your torso. The front of the mat is the front of your mat, so turn your front foot forward, bend your front knee. So this is where we're going to line ourselves up. Look at the front heel, line it up with the inner arch of your back foot. Your back foot is slightly angled. Front hand onto the inner thigh of the front knee and just direct that knee to the second toe. Now use the back hand on the hip to turn yourself more to the side plane so both your shoulders are facing the side of the mat. Good job. Now float your arms up, breathe in. Your shoulders are talking to you. Remember, your arms can go lower, that's no problem. Now inhale, look towards the front of the mat where you're going to go for your drishti. Then exhale, lunge the front knee into Virabhadrasana 2. Skull presses back. Knee is still tracking to the second toe. Feeling that energy. You want to reach out, but also pull in. Right? So you have that organic reaching and muscular energy. Usually we like this one so much, we want to really stay in for 20 minutes. It's the other ones that's the problem. Okay, now inhale, exhale, let your hands come down. We're going to set up as if we're doing Parsva Konasana, but we won't be. Hinge, I can leave my hand on the front thigh, don't change your side plane, or drop to the elbow, which one do you like? And then revolve your torso, bottom ribs move forward, top ribs move back, skull presses back. Now, take the back hand from the hip, reach up for the sky. Once you have that, lengthen the front leg and the arm into your triangle pose. Make sure that you're not hyperextending your front knee, have a little micro bend, and just reach anywhere along the leg that's comfortable for you. And the last part is, where's your drishti point? Are you going to look up the hand? Are you going to look straight ahead? Or are you going to look down? Any of them are fine, just as long as you're good, your hip, shoulder, and neck. Now from this point, if I'm looking up, I want to release my neck first. Take the hand that's in the air to the hip, bend your front knee, put your hand on the thigh, and come up in the side plane to protect your back. Good. Now from here, we need to come to the front plane, right? So pick your back foot up, pivot your whole body, lift, lift, lift. Now this heel is going to go down, well, to the best of your ability. Hips are square, take a breath in, lengthen the spine, hinging over for chest. Now I can keep my hands on my hips. I can have my hand up to the thigh. I could reach for the shin. I can touch the floor. Which one do you want? Or yes, you could use blocks, of course. You want to make sure that the sacrum is flat. So this is the pose I said. I could put a cup of water on your sacrum. It would spill down your front side or your back side. Breathe in. Where's those bandhas? Now, without coming out of the flexion, simply bend your front knee, step your back leg back, and now you're into low lunge. Low lunge. Are your shoulders hiked up? See if you can press the shoulder blades down. Feel your nice long neck. Press the back of the left thigh up so you can feel that hip flexor on the left side. It's mighty fun. Now this is where we're going to be turning to the side of the mat that you started. Okay? So float your back leg up, walk your hands, pivot, 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 turn. So you're into that intense forward stretch, straddle forward bend. Yeah. Now remember, you have the option of staying right here for any knee concerns. Otherwise, bend your front knee into that one leg squat. Try not to twist your torso. Have your body straight ahead. So place the hands so the wrists are under the shoulders, right? There you go, hanging out. Deep breathing. Now from here, we do a switcheroo. We come up, walk the hands. Now I don't have to scream at you because the hair went off. Nice. So now the knee closest to the other end of the mat is flexed. You decide how far you're going to go down into that one leg squat. Yeah. Breathing. Try to relax your neck. Getting your wrists under your shoulders instead of towards the back of your mat. Okay, that's nice. Now from here, you inhale, exhale. Now you're going to turn your body to the back of your mat, the other direction, and you're into low lunge again. If you need a break, you could also lower your knee to the mat if you're fatiguing. Make sure your head's not going to hit the wall. That would be no good. Pressing the back of the right thigh up, crown leading. Now targeting that right hip flexor that you love so much. Where are those bandhas? Mula and Uddiyana. Make sure you're using them on every exhalation. Now, from here, we're going to stay in the flexion. All we do is float your back leg up and step it in for chest to leg extension. Right? So you didn't actually come out of the flexion. The head was staying down there. Just step the leg in, keeping the hips square to the wall. In chest to leg extension. So now our back heel is on the mat, or as close as it's going to be, and our stance is shorter. It's not a lunge pose. Yeah. Breathe in. So the Chandra Namaskars are supposed to be very lunar and relaxing and calming, but I still find them very energetic. Okay, so here we are into our pose. So what needs to happen? We need to come into the side plank. So the best way of coming out of the pose is to simply just walk your hands up your leg, bend the knee, and come all the way up. Okay? Then we're going to reposition ourselves, still facing the wall, back of the mat or the wall. So now your front heel, line it up with the inner arch of your back foot. Front hand to the inner thigh, direct the knee, back end on the hip. So you're in the side plank. So we're going to be going into triangle pose, Trikonasana. So let's set up as if we're doing Parsva. Take a breath in. Exhale, laterally flex. You can keep the hand or the elbow on the thigh. Revolve your torso so you open more into the side of the mat. Okay, once you establish that, float the hand from the hip to the sky. And then with a strong exhalation of those bandhas, lengthen your front leg and your arm into Trikonasana. Then where are you looking? Up, straight ahead or down. Pay attention to your neck. Make sure there's no hyperextension in the front knee. Breathe. Now, if I'm looking up at that top arm, I'm first going to release the neck. Float the top arm down, float the bottom arm up, and you come right into Virabhadrasana 2 because you're in the side plane. Nothing changed, right? Bend the front knee, stretch through the fingers. Now, you can decide where you're going to look for the drishti. Am I looking over the front middle finger, somewhere to the side, wherever it suits my body? Watch the funky chicken neck. Press back through the skull. Keep the integrity there. Warrior 2 usually always feels good. Now from here, you inhale and exhale. You're going to let the arms come down. Pick the back toes up, which is the front of the mat now, and turn yourself to the side. No hopping in this one. And then we're going to adjust the feet, sit down from Virabhadrasana into our goddess, or its 5-point star, they also call it. Spread through the fingers, elbows tucked in without pushing the chest forward. Navel in and find your quads. Ooh. Awesome. Can you feel anything, ladies? No? Okay. Don't worry, you might feel it on the next one. How's that? Now you can hop here if you want to come back, or step on the stepper, step it in. Anjali Mudra over the head, find your feet. Pranitambasana, exhale, go to the left. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, go to the right. Inhale back to the center and exhale into Namaskar Mudra at the heart center. Stay here. Chanting to the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. 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 Om. Let the eyes open themselves. Feel the energy of that. That's good. Okay, so the next moon salute is my student's favorite one. It's the one I learned from a Russian instructor. She could hardly speak any English, but she was an awesome teacher. So I'm going to have to describe it all to you because it's a little bit different than probably anything you've experienced before. But as I said, it's a favorite. Okay, so let me just go through it first, and then I'll demo it. So what happens, you'll be on the side of the mat as we are here. You'll be in your Tadasana, and then we're going to be having the hands. Obviously, I can't do it at the same time. I guess I'm going to talk and do it. So I'm going to start with my hands in Namaste. Inhale and exhale. Make a cup out of the hands at the navel center. Then what I want to envision as the hands come up, that I'm having this cup of water or pail of water, and I'm going to drop it onto my head, and then all the water is going to come down through my body, through the shoulders, to the hips, and out to the sides. Once I'm at the sides, then I step the feet apart, okay? From here, the hands will come up into Namaste, and then we're going to do a back bend and a straddle leg, and then the gaze coming out to the heart center. Then the hands come back to the hips. Then from this position, we're going to pull the arms behind our back, okay? You don't have to grab your elbows, and then come into intense forward stretch. So far, I'm okay. And then we're going to come up. Okay, so from there, the arms release. So what's different about the rest of the salute is you're going to go to the front of the mat and the back of your mat, back and forth. So this is where you're going to place your blocks. Handy do at either end so you have access to them when I show you what's going to happen. Okay? So the sequence of the poses are this. So I'm in the side plane, right? I'm going to be turning the foot forward, and we're going to be doing chest leg extension. Okay, so I do my chest leg extension. I walk myself up, I pivot and turn, then chest to leg extension to the back. Okay, so that's kind of how we go front and back. So we have chest to leg, we have triangle, chest to leg, triangle, crescent moon is where Ardha for the blocks, standing archer pose, dancer Natarajasana with a mudra, thumb and index finger together, back to mountain. Okay, let's make sure I do that right. So, chest to leg, then it was, I think it was Trikonasana. And then we'll be turning Trikonasana as we do each one. I gotta leave my glasses on, no I can read on myself. Then from there, it's gonna be Ardha Chandrasana. So when I do Ardha Chandrasana, I'm gonna see where my block is, place my hands to my hip, make sure my front knee is flexed, load it up into our lovely crescent. Woo! Did you see that up? I can't do yoga with my glasses on. Here. Into Ardha Chandrasana. So when I draw, right, I gotta drop, pivot, and then we go into the other side, okay? Then from that, we're gonna do our archer pose. So archer pose, if you're familiar with that, it's based from a seated posture. So I'm gonna come into the side plane initially, sorry, front plane initially, stretch my arms out, I'm gonna pull the bow back. So the nail of my thumb, I wanna pull that back, stretch like in a warrior two setup, and into my archer. Arms go down, pivot and turn, back plane. Then we do dancer pose. This arm comes up into the mudra, into the dancer. Lower the foot, pivot and turn. Okay, once we finish all that, we come back to mountain pose. And then we're going to pause at each of these. We're going to pause at the heart, to the third eye, crown of the head, over the head, and back to the heart. And then we'll do our chant. What do we think? All right, let's try it. Come on up. Got your blocks? Yep. Back side of you, because you're going to be going this, right? At the back of your mat? Yeah. So at the back of your mat? Yep. Yeah, because you're facing this way. Yeah, the other block, yeah. Okay, so at the back of the mat, not the front of the mat. Generally speaking. Okay, so here we go. Finding your mountain in the center of your mat. Start with the hands in Namaskar. Take a breath in, and then exhale, cupping the hands in front of the navel. Moving with that slow breath, envision lifting up water. You can have your eyes closed as long as you don't fall over. Tipping that pail of water onto the head. The fingers touch the head, and they slowly move down the head, to the side of the face, to the shoulders, outside of the chest, through the waist, through the hips, all the way down to the fingers are reaching. Once you're at that point, the eyes open. Step your feet apart, slightly so you have a firm foundation. Take the hands overhead into Anjali Mudra. Breath in, bend the knees, and we're leaning back into our back. Release the neck, float the hands down through the heart. From here, we bring the arms around, fold it behind your back. Adjust your feet for a little bit more width. Take a breath in. Exhale, coming down into intense forward stretch. Just letting the arms rest on the back body. Make sure that we're not locking our knees. Got a little micro bend there. Couple more breaths. From this position, take a breath in, then exhale, slightly grip into the forearms with your eyes open, come all the way up. And then release the arms. From here, we're going to pivot, face the front of the mat, lift the back heel up, get your hips square, coming down for chest to leg. Breathe in. Inhale here, exhale, prepare yourself to move, walk your hands up, use that nice flat back, pivot and turn facing the side, now to the back, same thing, get your hips square, hinging, coming into the floor. Relax the shoulders, the head, and the neck. Inhale, look a little bit ahead, bend the front knee, walk your hands up. Turning to face the side of the mat. Now we're coming to the front. Position yourself into that side plane. We're going to be doing Trikonasana. So tracking the front knee, get your alignment, take a breath in, exhale, we hinge. Forearm or elbow, as we did previously, revolve the torso. Float the arm up, inhale, exhale into your triangle pose. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to lift? Where your neck is happy. From here, inhale, exhale, release your neck. Hand to the hip, bend the front knee, slide it up, pivot and turn face the side. All the way pivot, get yourself set up in the side plane again. Shoulders facing the side, hinge, elbow or palm, revolve the torso, lengthen your front arm on the inhale, exhale into your pose. Last part is the neck, where you want to look for your neck. Have your front foot straight, don't have it turned out to the side, it's going to jeopardize your knee. Couple more breaths. Now inhale, you're looking up, exhale, release your neck. Arm that's in there, float to the hip, bend your front knee, hand to the side, come up in the side plane, facing the side of your mat. Now this is where we're going to come into crescent moon. So we're going to turn the face to front, pick your back heel up, so now you're squaring your hips. Your right foot is forward, hopefully. And then from here, left hand on the left hip. This is a great balance. So shift to the front. You're using the block. Make sure that your wrist is under your shoulder, right? You could be to the mat too. Let that back leg float up, dorsiflex the foot, and then start to open up that hip to face the side. Now I could leave my arm resting along my body. I could reach it up to the sky. I can look down, straight ahead or up. Breathe. Don't block your support knee. Couple more breaths. I know this is a challenging one. When you're ready, inhale, exhale, float all the way up. Let that leg just go where it's going to go. Flop her down. That's right. Square to the side. Okay. Facing the wall, your other direction of your mat. Right hand on the hip, left leg is forward. Here you go. Hinge forward, take a breath in. Exhale as the leg slightly floats up. Get your block. Wrists under the shoulder. From there, we want to make sure that support foot is straight. Dorsiflex the leg in the air. Open up the hip into the side plane. Decide which position you're going to have with that arm and where you're going to look. Super good. Where's the Bondas? They're still with us at this party. Woo! Could be just me. And then lower the foot down. I was going to say I was going to lose it, so let's come out. Okay, from here we're moving on to our archer pose. So now we turn and face the front of the mat. So we're in, again, the hips are square just to get started. Okay, we're in a high lunge position. Stretch your arms out, inhale, and then exhale, extend the thumbs. From here, I'm going to pull that left arm back as I step my left leg back, getting that side plane, and then lunging, deciding where we're going to look. Now, if I have neck issues, I may look slightly to the side, that's fine. Front knees track into the second toe, always keeping our alignment. Breathe. And inhale, exhale, release your arms down, pick your front toes up, pivot and turn to face the back of your mat and the side plane to begin. Stretch the arms out, fist with the hands, take a breath in, and then you're going to pull the right arm back as you step your right leg back, get yourself into that side plane, check out your feet, and then lunge into archer. Skull presses back, you decide on the drishti where you're looking. Is a track it. Woo. Opening those hips. Well, then exhale, release your arms down. Pick your front toes up, pivot to face the side of the mat. Now we're getting ready for our dancer pose. So again, we're going to turn to face the front of the mat. Step that left foot in a little bit. It'll help you. Now our left leg is what is going to flex. Okay, so our right arm will eventually go up. So transfer the weight, picking the left leg up, dorsiflex, above the ankle. If that doesn't work for you, you could place your hand on the thigh, gently push into the thigh. Okay. Now once you're stable, look on a point ahead of you. Raise your right arm up, touch the index finger to the thumb, stretch up to the sky. Now I could keep my drishti along the floor to help my balance, or I could look straight ahead. From here, to advance it, take a breath in, lengthen your spine. Then exhale, start to drive the heel back, reach the arm back into your extension. Don't close your eyes in this one. Make sure the support knee is bent, you're not locking the joint. Now inhale and exhale, sweep the arm down to release the mudra, let the foot just drop behind. Front toes up, got to do the other side. So here we go. Left hand on left hip, hinge forward, float the right leg up. Decide where you're going to be to the thigh or above the ankle joint, right? Inhale, float the left arm up into the mudra. Palm faces the midline. I forgot to say that first, right? Getting ready. Take a nice deep breath in. Then exhale, starting to reach the arm back, the leg back to open through the front body. Either looking ahead, upward or back, depending on your neck. Super reach with the left fingers. Inhale and exhale, release your gaze. Bring the left arm down. Step the right foot back. Pivot and turn. Oh, we did it, girls. Let's step the legs in. Back into mountain. Bring the hands at the heart center into Namaskar Mudra. Staying there, you can have the eyes open or closed. We're going to take 3 breaths. This is also called prananama mudra, gesture at the heart, is to honor the individual, humans, and general respect. Then moving the namaste up to the 3rd eye point between the brows. 3 breaths here. Gesture of offering from the soul to honor the guru and the elders. Then take namaste on the top of the head, which is Kalash Mudra. Salutations to Sahasrara Chakra to honor the divine and the deities. And then from there, we reach the hands straight up into Anjali Mudra, still a namaste over the head. Salutation and gratitude to the Guru and to the 6 higher chakras. From that point, we lower the hands all the way back down to the heart. And our 9 chants. Breath in. Om Chandraya Namaha. 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 Om. Well, how was that? Yeah, I liked it. I know. I think it's one of my favorite ones too. Okay, now this is where we are we okay online there? Yeah. So if I have my mat right to the wall, which you moved away, so I'm the only one that doesn't have it correct, that's me. I'll have to move that away because now we're going to be using the floor a little bit. This is where we're going to place a sock or the eye pillow at either end of your mat. I hope away that's good enough. Yeah, I can still see nothing. Okay. Yeah, you can have socks. You can use your socks too. Yeah. It's just so you can slide easily on the floor. So if you have a carpet, you might be okay. I don't know what'll happen with the carpet. All right. Let me explain this one. Got our space. I make my notes, make sure you got that. Now, if you need a blanket for your knee, we're going to be kneeling on the knee. So you could have a blanket handed to your mat, and you could pull it over whenever you happen to need it. Okay, that's important. So this is what happens. First, we're going to start with Nitambasana, the lateral bend. Then we're going to turn into Virabhadrasana 2. The Virabhadrasana 2, we're going to, all these poses are very similar. I just about can't stand this mat anymore. Okay, then we're going to go in, this time we're going to go into Parsvakonasana, angle pose first, and then into our Trikonasana. From Trikonasana, where am I here? Then we're going to pivot and turn into chest to leg extension again, into Parsvakonasana. Now from here, we're going to be lunging. So this is where we're going to step the leg back, lower the foot, release the toe. You don't have to, you could have it dorsiflex. And then you're going to float the arms up with the hands in namaste, adding a back bend. Then release the neck, float down through the heart. Now this is where the fun begins. I'm looking at the wrong one, that's what happened last time. Okay, now I want to mention one more thing about this lunge. There's also a variation where you put your hands into fists, put the fists at the back, and then open up into a more strong back bend if you want to add the fist hands up. That one. Then from the lunge, from this position, oh, I forgot to say you had to make sure your foot's right here in the front, because then we're going to do half splits. So Ardha Hanumanasana. So you'll make sure at the front you have your foot on your sock or your eye pillow, and then you're going to walk the hands away into half splits or wherever you happen to go, right? And you slide it back in. This floor is great for that, slippery sliding stuff. And then bring that leg, step it in. Then we step forward from that into Padahastasana. And Padahastasana, we're going to come back up into the back bend and then back at the heart center. Okay? And then we come back to the center and we start all over again and repeat it. This time going the other direction. Okay? What do we think? We're okay to try it? All right. I need my glasses on for this venture. I just remember last time when I taught this, Michael laughed like crazy when I said the right foot and the left foot, and we were all laughing. It's so funny. Okay, so you're at the center of your mat. We're going to start with Nitavasana. And yeah, we're facing this way again. Yeah, good question. So at the side of the long mat, float your arms up, inhale. Exhale over to the right into Nitavasana. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to the center, and then exhale. You're going to stretch the arms out. Take your feet wide. And then we're going to turn that front foot. So this is where we're going to get set up again for our Virabhadrasana 2. So front heel in line with the inner arch. Tracking the front knee. Squaring this bottom, right? Now, so we're not going to be doing that. We're just setting up. We're doing Parsvakonasana. See how it's easy to lose it. From there, we breathe in. Exhale, I can either place the hand to the front thigh or drop onto my elbow, palm facing up. Then revolve your torso, moving everything ahead, pressing back through the stone. Take the hand from the hips, sweep forward on the inhale. Exhale into your pose. Now remember, if it's not comfortable with the shoulder, with the arm by the ear, you can be more ahead of the body. You could also do the pose just resting that arm along the back body too, okay? And then you decide where you're gonna look for the pose. Okay. Now what's so nice about Parsvakonasana, you're all set up nicely. Just float the top arm up, lengthen the front leg and the arm, and then you're coming into your Trikonasana. Okay, watch the front knee that you're not locking the knee joint. Good. Where are you looking? Where are you looking? Depends on you. Now from Trikonasana, if your gaze is up, release your gaze first. Arm that's in the air, float to the hip, bend the front knee, put your hand on the thigh and come in the side plank. Step, pivot, turn. Chest to leg extension. Make sure your hips are square, shoulders are square before you come down in your flexion. Secondary stretches your hamstrings. It might be feeling really good because you've been doing a lot of this work. Let your head be heavy, but the chin not jammed into the chest. Now this is where you want to make sure that your front foot is a little bit closer to the front of the mat, so you might have to walk up a little bit to get your chest to leg closer. It'll be easier later, trust me on that. Now from here, you're going to inhale, exhale as you bend the front knee. What's going to happen is you're just going to stay flexed and lower that left knee to the blanket or to the mat. And then taking the body up, right? So in the kneeling lunge, I could also do high lunge and just keep my foot off the floor and not have my knees involved at all, right? Remember, you can take Namaste over the head into the back bend, or make hands into the fists, roll the shoulders in, and so the knuckles are facing the body. Above the SI joints there. So breathe in, and then exhale, lunge the front knee, feel the hip flexor. Coming into the back bend, deciding where you're going to look for your neck. Be careful of your selection. Breathe in. Somehow I lost my music, but I'll just keep going. Now, there's one thing I forgot, ladies. Just came to me now. We need a twist. So here, inhale, exhale, release. So our twist is exactly here. What's nice about the twist, I'm just going to bring the left hand. I did not demo this, sorry. Left hand to the floor, right hand on the right thigh. I'm going to push into the thigh, engage the bandhas, and twist towards the right side. Now I have the option of keeping the hand on the leg or reaching up to the sky. So which one do you want to do? Keep that front knee tracking, breathing, breathe. Now when you're ready to come out, we're going to breathe in. Exhale, release the neck if you're looking up. Arm that's in the air, come all the way down, and now square yourself back to the front. This is where we're going to come into Ardha Hanumasana. So then I wiggle my foot off, getting it to my sock or my eye bill, whatever you got there. Keeping your hips square, take a breath in, and then we have a very slippery floor here, so be very careful at home too. And find where you're going to go into your splits. Drop the shoulders down, pull in the belly. Keep your kneecap facing up to the ceiling. Watch that it's not internally rotating. You don't want to drop in. And inhale and exhale, slide the leg in. Careful as you get it back onto your mat, that's the tricky part. Just so you can get the foot planted. And then you're going to dig your back toes, step forward, so stay in your flexed spine. Into Padahastasana or handstand because you just hang on and breathe. Then inhale, slide the hands up the body, bend the knees, nice flat back, come up. Inhale, hands come into Anjali Mudra over the head, into your back bend, releasing the neck. Exhale, namaste. Okay. How was that? Okay, so now we're going to be facing the other end. So let's start in the middle again. And I snuck that twist in, you're all right. Okay, so we're still facing this way. Yeah, I know a lot of them are done in the side plank. Okay, so here we go. Hands at the heart center. Take breath in. Floating up. Inhale there. Exhale, go over to Nitabhasana to the left. Back to the center. Exhale over to the right. Back to the center, then exhale, let the arms come down. From here, stepping the feet apart. Getting ready for Virabhadrasana 2. Virabhadrasana 2 setup, but we're really going to do parsas. So now we're facing the back of our mat or the window wall. Front heel in line with the inner arch of your back foot. Front hand on the inner thigh, direct knee to the second toe. Back hand on the hip and turn your shoulders into the side plank. Really firm your feet, feel the energy, right? Then from there, breathe in. Exhale, we hinge forward, whether we have the hand on the thigh or the elbow, your choice. Now use the elbow and the hand to turn the body so the bottom ribs forward, top ribs back, and then press back through your skull to free your neck. Then take your hand from the hips, sweep towards the floor in the inhalation. Exhale in the Parsvakonasana. You decide where you're going to look, up, straight ahead, or down, depending on your neck. Make sure that front knee is tracked into the second toe, you haven't lost it, and you're not allowing your whole body weight to collapse on that front thigh. Super great. Now, if I'm looking up, I usually want to release my neck before we come into Trikonasana. So we float that top arm up, activate those bandhas, lengthen the front leg and the arm into your Trikonasana pose. So again, paying attention that you have your nice alignment, really important here. And then the last part is the drishti. Where are you looking for your neck? Now from here, if I'm looking up, I'll release my neck first. Hand to the hip. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bend the front knee, pivot and turn. So I'm coming basically towards the back of my mat, stepping forward so my foot is closer to the front, squaring my hips, coming down into the spinal flexion. Releasing any tension, just let your head be heavy. Finding that forward bend. More breaths here. right, from this, we're going to breathe in. Exhale, we're going to lower that back knee down. This is where you can slide the blanket under the knee if you need the extra cushion for yourself. And then once you're stable, you can plant or flex the back toes if you like, and walk the hands up. Your toes have to be happy with your selection, right? From here, do I want to bring the hands overhead into onto the mudra with the back bend in the lunge? Or do I wish to make the fists? Retract the shoulder blades. Take a breath in. Knuckles are facing into the body. As we lunge the front knee, we're lifting the chest. Feel that hip flexor stretch, the back bend. And of course, where are you looking? Where your neck is happy. Very nice. Excellent. And you like this variation. Now from here, inhale, exhale, release the neck. And this is where we're going to be flexing a little bit to bring the hand to the floor. The opposite hand's on your thigh. Remember, we're going to add that twist, right? So we breathe in, and exhale, scoop in the belly and twist towards your front flex knee side. You can keep the hand on the thigh or reach up for the sky. So we're twisting towards our front baby toe. Not the other way, it won't be a twist. It'll be all normal. Now I can also dorsiflex, dig my back toes to help me ground. Yeah. Okay. From here we inhale, exhale, release the neck. Arm that's in the air, float it down and square yourself to the front. Now this is where we're going to move into Ardha Hanumanasana. So now you're going to wiggle your front foot off, get it to your sock or your eye pillow. Keep your hips square, that's most important, right? And then slide that foot out, wherever you're gonna go. And breathe. Now make sure you're not hyperextending your knee, you got a little micro bend on the knee joints. Awesome. Of course, one side might be a little bit happier than the other side, right? It's true. Yeah, the hamstring root there. Now inhale, exhale, slide it up. Get your foot on the mat. That's the most important thing. Okay, with that knee flex, take a breath in, float your back leg up so you can step forward to face the back of your mat. Into Padahastasana, hands to feet. And just let yourself release for a few breaths here. Float the hands up to thighs, pushing the thighs, coming up with that nice long spine. Finding your brain. Okay, anything I think I did. Good. And then from there, walk the feet together, bring the hands back to the heart center. And our 9 move repetitions. So take breath in. Om Chandraya Namaha, 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 Om Chandraya Namaha. Last one. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om. Just pause here for a couple breaths. Notice how you're feeling. Your eyes can be open too if you want to help with your balance. And then release it. Shake it out. We're done standing. Hallelujah. Yeah, you can pull your mats back, sure. Okay, so we're done standing, which is awesome. Okay, so from here, if you need a block to sit off or a blanket under the buttocks, please get one. Now, we're going to have a couple variations here. If you don't happen to like 3-limb pose for we're going to do another 4-bit. I know, but it's a lunar thing. So For instance, how I start off, just to quickly demo and give you some ideas, is I start off in Dandasana, the nice long spine. Then what I'm supposed to do is I'm going to be, I'll demo my left side so you can see, but we'll start on the right. I bring this leg back, so it's absolutely straight. So I adjust the block, so my knee, the ankle, and my foot is straight. You can see that hopefully, straight up there. And then my right leg is also not flopping out to the side, it's active. So I want to keep my ribs facing forward. And then I'm going to be adding flexion where I want to go. So if this isn't going to work for your knee, then my suggestion would be we'll change the twist. You can do one of two things. You could take this leg and cross the midline. Oops, hold it. We can't do that. So then it'll be Janusharshasana. So this leg's going to come into the side. So if my knee is relatively higher here, I could take my blanket and fold it and give myself that extra support because we need to do the forward bend. And then you'll be doing the same thing with Janusharshasana instead of 3 leg pose. Okay? All right. So if you need a prop under the buttocks, please get it. I'll just adjust this to switch down. Are we okay for either of those? Okay. So as I said, we're going to start with the right side, but first let's start Dandasana. We're down through the hands. We don't want to be slumping and dumping, right? So I think about lengthening the spine, skull pressing back, finding our foot. Then from there, we're going to bend the right knee, whether we take it into Janusharshasana or into 3 leg pose. So when we're in this pose, the knee is straight in line with the hip, the foot is straight, the toes are back. Left ankle is in line with the knee, in line with the hip. So I don't want to lose control of the leg, as I mentioned. All right, so far, okay, Jenna? So again, here I'm going to reconnect. Whether I use the spider fingers or my palms, so I lift up and lengthen my spine. Before we go, I just want to say one more thing. The right knee should not be lifting off the floor. If your quad is tight, that may happen, so you may have to change it. So we'll breathe in, feel the length of the spine. Exhale, fire up those bandhas. Just walk your hands where you're going to go. Try to avoid the shoulders being hiked, shoulder blades down, scoop in the navel, and go where you want to go. Looking slightly ahead, that the neck is still elongated, and find your breath. Now, I forgot to say about the hamstring. But you could have a blanket rolled under the left knee if your hamstring is really firing up too much. More rest here. You can always come out of the pose sooner if you need to. Now inhale, I'm going to look towards my toes and I'm going to use the floor to support me. I push in the floor like I'm walking up my spine. All the way up into that upright position. And I like to hug the knee into the midline first. And just take this heel of your foot and move it really close to the tush. And just hug in to release. And then lengthen your leg fully up. And then you can shake them out, number along this way. Okay, other side. All right, find your spine. Left knee's going to flex. Pick your one you prefer. Adjust the sit bones. Find your posture. Ankle, knee, and hip business. Palms down or spiders. Push down and lengthen through the torso. Take a nice deep breath and connect. Exhale, fire up those bandhas. Really important. Keep your core active. And walk your hands in. Relax the shoulders. Make sure you're breathing. Have that the toes facing up to the ceiling. Yeah, there we go. Careful with your knees. And breathe. Every exhalation, longest, longest, longest. Inhale, we look a little bit towards our front foot. Push in the floor. Exhale as you come up. Oh, so fun. Hug the knee in towards the midline. Then bring the heel close towards the buttock. Hug in. And release up. Shoot. I know what you're thinking. You're saying, we didn't get to do any dog tonight. Ta-da! We're doing it right now. Except we're going to do a variation. I might have to change my mat. I think I'm going to break my neck. But anyways, I'm going to demo first. Some danger zones you can live without. All right. Now this dog is going to be a one-leg dog. So if you're taller than me, don't worry about my head being cut off. I'm going to be coming down. You need to move your mat away from the wall. Then let's pretend I'm tall. Okay. So when we're in dog, we're going to extend the leg up, and then we're going to be flexing the elbow down, keeping the one leg up, with just working with your pure core strength. Right. Loud cheering. Oh my gosh, this mat is slippery. Hold it. Let me get on that squat. Okay, so I'm in my dog. Happy go lucky. Now from here, you can stay in dog, option 1. Option 2 is a one-leg dog, yes? Option 3, I'm going to flex this elbow down. Then open it up to the side. Now, where's the strength to come back? Push with this, come up, that's the strength that usually we have a problem with. And then back to regular dog, come down. We're gonna come into child pose with the arms in, Anjali Mudra, rest, because I'm super nice. And then we'll come up and do the other side. Okay?
If I go down, then I might not be able to get back up.
Well, that's where you can make a decision.
What if I want to go down, I can't get back up?
What if you go down and you can't, so you're like this?
Yeah.
Then just simply lower the foot
Okay.
and help yourself out.
Stay here forever.
Do that.
I just can't think today. I'm going home for you tonight.
Okay, let's do it. All right, so if you do the jellies or rolling your mat back, go ahead. Make sure your wrists are head and shoulders, fingers are spread, wrist crease parallel, toes dorsiflex, shoulders down, belly in, everything's good. Take a breath in, exhale, send your hips up. So regular dog, you have the option of staying here. Think about your left arm as you inhale, plug it in, then exhale, raise your right leg up into one-leg dog. Yes. Option 2, you're here already. Option 3, keep the leg in the air, flex your left elbow and rest the forearm on the mat. Yeah, and then you open up more to the right side of your mat. There you go. Breathe in. I know it's swell, hey? Take a breath in, exhale, use your core. Press that right foot up as you level it. I know, it's so awesome, right? And then lower that foot down. Bend the knees. Anjali Mudra. Resting, breathing, smiling on the inside, knowing you still have the other side to do. Awesome. But just think, this is our last asana. Oh, so things are good around here. Very good. Now you're going to inhale, exhale, walk hands towards you, raise your gaze. And are we excited about finishing it off? Okay. Here we go again. Set yourself up. Parallel. Spread the fingers. Improve the base of support. Shoulders down, belly in. Dig those toes. Breath in. Exhale with the bandhas. Hips up. Dog. Get your dog. Option is stay here. Option number 1, you're in it. Option number 2 is tighten the muscles of your right arm, plug them into the socket, raise your left leg up, one leg dog. Fantastic. Stay there for option 2. Option 3 is, now we flex the right elbow, bringing the forearm down to the mat. Then externally rotate and open up to the left side of your mat. Yes, 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 you're doing it, you're doing it. When you're ready to come out of it, breathe in. Now, push that left heel back. Give yourself momentum. Good job. Lower the foot down, regular dog. Jaw pose up. Go for it again. There you go. Hang out here, take a few breaths. You worked pretty hard. I will say that. No breaths here. And then you can chant silently if you want, or with me, but you're still in your chakras. Om Chandraya Namaha, 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 Om Chandraya Namaha. That's one. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om. Raise your gaze and exhale off your hands back towards you. Whew. Whew. We got a little woof sound there. Okay, so now we're going to do our pranayama today, which of course will be left nostril breathing to go with our lovely feet. So that is our Chandra pranayama, which is the moon breath or lunar. The left lunar or the Ida relates to the left nostril, the left side of the body, is cool, moistening, calming, nourishing, and tonifying in its action. So it does help to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. So it's very restoring, rejuvenating. So I love that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to form a light fist with our right hand, extend the right thumb, and we're just going to block the right nostril. We're not going to push the nose across the face. It's just a light touch. And if you want, you can put your left hand in chin mudra, index finger to the thumb and rest of the thigh, or just place the hand down. Okay? And then we're going to be breathing in and out through the left nostril. So I want to mention this. If you go to practice a pranayama and you can't get any air in your left nostril, that means you have a blockage. So what you can do is partially open your right nostril a little bit and sheet. Get a little bit of air through the right nostril to help the left. Okay? So I just wanted to say one thing about it. The left nostril blockage can occur with depression, fatigue, weak digestion, and sleepiness. Also, if your emotions are high. So
All of the above.
all of the above, they say. But this pranayama will calm your mind and cool you down. Okay, so we could things like heat, like menopause and high, where you've got a lot of heat in your body. Well, it was 27 today. I guess that's hot. Okay, so are you all right to practice it?
What side are we walking again?
The right nostril. Now I know you're all psyched to go. Just hang tough. hang tough. Okay. I just want to tell you the mudra. We're doing one of the Shakti mudras. So how you do this one is you just take your, make sure I get this right. You place your ring and pinky fingers, curl, the ring and pinky fingers are going to touch, okay? Then the middle, we'll do it this way. The middle and the ring, index fingers are going to be held down by your thumb. That's the easiest way, okay? So hold down middle and index finger with your thumb. And then all you do is touch the ring fingers together and the pinky fingers together. And the thumbs, oopsies, holding the thumb down. Oh, something's wrong. Yeah, so hold your thumb down with your middle and index, brinky and pinky are touching. And then these knuckles meet in the middle. They just happen to touch. Okay? Have we got it?
I'm not gonna remember that.
Okay, I'll talk you into when we get it. But I'd like to flow from one to the other just for the sake of nice and cool. Okay, here we go. Let's do our pranayama, left hand Shin Mudra. Extend your right thumb. Make sure you've got a long spine. Connect. Rock forward and back. The spine is most important for pranayamas. Then blocking the right nostril lightly. Close your eyes to help you focus. But also keep moving. And now we're going to breathe in and out through the left nostril only. Don't force the breath in any way. Feel your inhalation, feel your exhalation. Just let it be equal. Relax the eyes. Don't hold any tension to jar the teeth. Relax the tongue. If you're having difficulty with the breath, remember partially open up the right side of the right nostril a little bit to help you out. Do not want you to stop breathing. We'll take 3 more breaths with the pranayama. And after your next exhalation, release the mudras for both hands. You're going to curl the thumb in, hold it down with your index and middle fingers. Then bring the ring fingers to touch, the pinkies to touch, the knuckles to touch, centered at the heart. Finding your spine, connecting. So this is one of the Shakti mudras. It's a gesture of creative force or goddess of vital energy. It balances all the urinary, reproductive, and eliminatory systems. In order of Shakti, the goddess of energy, you might find the focused breathing happening in the pelvic area, and you might find your exhalation slowing down a little bit. Serves as a powerful connection to the divine feminine, the lunar rhythm, tides, and other cycles of nature. It does increase the power in your body. It directs the breath, awareness, and energy from the base of the body upward towards Swahisthana chakra to the second, and eventually up to Sahasrara chakra. The affirmation for the mudra is silence, harmony, and peace fill my entire being. Taking 3 more breaths with the breath. Last inhalation. With the exhalation, release the mood, wiggle the fingers about a little bit. Hands rest into the thighs, slide back to the ankles. Take the breath in as you reconnect to your spine, chin slightly down with your eyes open, maybe 3 times. Back into the release. All right, it's time for Yoga Nidra. So let's find your corpse pose. Use any props that you like. Get yourself all good. All right, finding your position for yourself. Allowing the legs and the arms fall outward to the sides. Palms facing up, fingers naturally curled. And just survey through your body. Looking for any areas where you tend to store tension. And if you find any spots, breathe into them now. And then with the exhalation, allow the body to physically release. Try it again. Nice breath in. And exhale, letting go. Where's the breath traveling in your body? Is it coming into the belly, the ribs, or the chest? Just let it continue on its own time. Easy in and easy out. Now is the time for you to set an intention for yourself. It has to be positive. And repeat it 3 times silently to yourself now. Full awareness and focus. And then come back to your breath. Making sure that you're comfortable, wiggle around, find your space, and then be absolutely still to the best of your ability. As you exhale, feel yourself loosening up, dislodging any held tension that remains. Remain focused on your breath. Let it be full but easy. Feeling yourself relax and release even more with each exhalation that you take. Appreciate that the earth has always supported you and let yourself relax into it. Let each breath be calm and have an aspect of renewing you. Let this calmness spread through your entire body as you rest here in the pose of Shavasana. Every cell of which you are composed of breathes. Sense your body breathing. Relax the very tips of your toes. Relax your legs. Relax your pelvis. Relax your hips. Relax your buttocks. Relax your torso and soften your belly. Open your chest and notice your open breath. Relax the very length of your back into the earth. Relax the very tips of your fingers. Relax your arms. Relax your shoulders. Relax your head. Relax all your small facial muscles with special attention to the eye. Notice how you feel right now. In your mind's eye, now visualize the hollow space between the left and the right hemispheres of your brain, which is known as the 10th gate of the body, the Soma chakra, which is the seal of Soma, the moon, and its nectar. This chakra is associated with the mental clarity to achieve enlightenment. It's located at the Ajna and Sahasrara chakras. Located above the third eye, the Soma chakra refers to the nectar of the lotus, the 12 petals in the center which rests the crescent moon, the source of the nectar. Bring your awareness to the Soma chakra and draw its energy from the mystic rays of the moon. And let your inner eye drink this nectar, drawing the balm of spiritual contentment within. And to connect with this inner Soma, silently chant the mantra Om, along with the process of inhalation to draw the flow of the Soma from the outer universe down into the heart. Om. Then silently chant the mantra Hreem on your exhalation to energize the Soma to revitalize the heart. Hreem. And in the exhalation, with a quick silent repetition of the mantra, hum, hum, add zest to the fire. And then silently repeat Om as you inhale, then exhale, Hreem, hum. Inhale Om, exhale, Hreem, hum. One more time, Om, Hreem, hum. In honoring our true nature, we learn to respect and cherish all life, opening up the windows of the heart to channel the nectar of divinity. Feeling very peaceful, just let your breath be like the breeze that clears the air, clears your mind, and opens your mind into spaciousness. And feel your heart becoming lighter. May the blessings of the universal Soma flow into your life, enriching you with cosmic vitality, unveiling deeper perception, the intuitive eye, and a gentle concern for all. May there be love, light, and bliss throughout your life. Now it's the time for you to remember your intention and repeat it 3 times, silently to yourself once more. Same awareness and focus again. Come back to your breath. Take a nice breath in. Remembering that lunar aspect of yourself. Move. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Connecting back to the physical body. Slowly bending your right knee, placing the right sole of your foot to the floor bolster, followed by the left. If you're using the eye pillow here, this is where you can remove it from your face to the floor and still keep your eyes closed. Reaching with your right hand towards your right leg, hug the knee in the chest. Also join it with the left, both legs in. You can stay still if you prefer for your back or rock from side to side, your choice. And then from there, decide which side you're going to roll to. If you have injury, pick the other side. And as you come onto the side of the fetal, flex the bottom elbows, supporting your head. And this is where we're going to pause and take our 2 breaths. So let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. And again, inhale. And exhale. And then back to your natural breath here. Slowly let your eyes open as you crank back to the space, adjusting to the light. And then from there, you're going to slowly articulate up through your spine, taking your time. Head coming up through your chest. And then just find a seat to sit in. And I'll do a reading for tonight. Reading. There are times in our lives that lend themselves to starting something new. It is a mental shift that allows us to clean the slate and approach anything with fresh eyes, and we can take that choice at any time. Starting new is the most powerful when we focus our attention to what we are choosing to create. We acknowledge a forward motion, choose to reset and start again, knowing that with each choice we learn, grow, and move forward. Once the journey has begun, it may take unexpected turns, but it never really ends. Each time we choose to start anew, we dedicate ourselves to becoming the best we are able to be. Floating arms overhead in Anjali Mudra. Namaste down into the heart. Releasing the drishti. Our 3 ohms. Take a deep breath in. Gaze downward. Take a couple breaths into the heart, breathing in. Exhaling out. Another breath in the heart. And exhale. Gently let your eyes open, downward towards your palms. Just pause a moment. And then slowly bring your gaze back up. Nice for this evening. Namaste. 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 Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste. Float the arms up, raise the prana, deep breath in. And exhale. Well, ladies, what did you think about our moon class? Liked it?
Thanks, Helen. That was awesome.
You are welcome.
Have a great night, guys.
Good night.
Our stuff over there.
Good night.
Good night. Ending the recording.